Because the destroyed LAPA Flight 3142 was American-made, the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board sends a team to assist the Argentines.
Look here. The flaps aren't extended.
Investigators study the wings of the downed plane and soon make another discovery.
I was able to observe with some of my colleagues that the aircraft's flaps were apparently not extended.
Let's get this wing piece out of here.
For takeoff, 737 pilots must always extend the plane's wing flaps. The flaps increase the area of the wing and give it extra lift. Without them, a fully loaded 737 cannot take off on a standard runway. Investigators need to determine how the flaps ended up in this position.
The flaps are very, very important, particularly as they allow the slower speeds for takeoff and the slower speeds for landing.
Were the flaps on LAPA 3142 ever extended for takeoff? To try to answer that critical question, the team carefully examines the entire flap mechanism, every wire, gear, and screw.
Actuators seem fine.
The part that controls the movement of the flaps is called a jack screw. The jack screw acts much like a jack used to lift a car. As it turns, it moves a nut that extends or retracts the flaps.
That nut travels along the shaft. It stops at various places to indicate various degrees of flap extension, from a zero position up at one end to a fully extended position at the other.
Studying the jack screws, they make a crucial find.
We had discovered the nuts on the screw were in the retracted position.
It means the flaps were not extended as the plane raced along the runway.
It's not possible for the screw to move during the accident because that thread and nut are very strong. It can't slip. 6 out of 8 screws were found, and they were all in the same position.
The flap lever from the cockpit confirms the finding.
The lever's pretty banged up, but it sure looks like it's in the flaps up position.
It had left a mark with the flap lever in the up position, so there was no chance that it had moved during the accident.
All signs are pointing to a baffling conclusion. It seems the pilots never extended the flaps for takeoff.
Taking off.
In light of this evidence, investigators now face an even more difficult question.
How could an attempted takeoff be made with the flaps in this position?